Today's video, I'm going to be setting up the pink foam sub road bed. I chose to go this route because I didn't want to drill out the actual box that I built. Also thought it might be a slick idea if I built a few of these. I could switch in and out puzzles. Grabbed some pink foam from the store, started hacking. Decided while I was doing this that I should probably invest in a proper hot wire pen to speed things along. Well, I had an idea of my plan. I hadn't planned on how to execute it. Here I am test fitting the cut pieces to see which way they fit best. Decided to drill some holes, use some dowels, and secure the base together. What you see here is me transferring the dowel marks to the other piece. I'll drill that out. We'll go back, we'll glue everything together. With everything test fit, I grabbed some 377 spray glue, filled up the dowel holes, sprayed the edges along, pressed it all together, left it overnight. Here's part of that I had a plan but didn't know how to execute it. Here I'm marking some channels on the underside for what I was planning to be was wire chases. My first attempt with the wire pen, you watch me learn as I go. I tried a few methods on how to get the bottom cleaned out. In the first one, I tried to do kind of more of a rectangular shape, cut the two sides, and then dig out the center. That didn't work, so I started picking off little pieces. Tried to use the chisel, that wasn't going to work. The second one, I decided to go for a more triangular shaped approach so that I could get at least a large chunk out of it and then possibly go back in and clean up the sides. Last one was going to be a much larger box, so I switched out for the longer pen. Was able to kind of come down on the two sides and run it straight across the bottom. Got me a nice big chunk broken out, and then I resorted to the same kind of have no clue, do what you got to do method to get the rest of it out. Nothing like a few melted plastic fumes in a closed environment to remind you that you should do this in a well ventilated area. Wire channels cut, I decided to get way ahead of myself, start marking out tracks, sinking feeders, running wires, just overall just getting way too far in the process before planning something out. A little bit of elevator music while we watch the tedious process of connecting track feeders and wires. Wires are paired off. I stuck them through a central hole below each of the spots where I thought I was going to have feeders through the track joints. I was trying to really have a lot of track power on this. I've had problems in the past with track dying out on me. Wanted to have it as good as I could possibly have it. See here, I bent the wires back through those channels to try to see if I could get them to the back of the layout. I got ahead of myself again, started laying track without the roadbed down. Decided to cut a couple of channels in the back there so that the wires could fit through flush. Stick with me on the next one. We'll go through where I figured out the errors of my ways and remembered that I had to put down some roadbed, adjusted some of these wires, figured out a few things along the way.